Make sure that the computer is off before allowing me to throw the sanitizer. We don't know what will be in the long-term impact of throwing liquid on a keyboard. Go to another one. Okay, good morning. Let me show you something. Okay, so let me clarify things for you. Okay, this is the aula virtual. This is Coco. It is an imaginary student. So I'm pretending to show you how it looks as if it were you. Okay, so here you have the calendar. You will see Saturdays marked, and for example, if I place the pointer here, okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, okay, there is a mistake. Okay, don't worry about the date because I have to change it. Okay, are you group number one? You're group number one. Good. So I have to modify the date instead of the 26th, October the 3rd. Okay, this Saturday. Okay, good. For this Saturday, you have 3 activities to be completed. Raise your hand if you have completed the hardware presentation. In English.
There are 3 presentations, or is like a presentation about
This week, good question. This week, hardware. This week, hardware. Next week, software. And the next one, networks. And the next one will make the composition. So, for this Saturday, before this Saturday, you have to finish just the hardware presentation. We haven't talked here in class about software, not even networks.
I accidentally did until some of them, and I can use like the whole previous presentation, but it's not finished.
You can fix it. Okay, you can fix it. Because I understand that we are starting. Okay? So it's quite difficult to have 2 groups more or less at the same pace. So you have gone faster than the other group. So relax a little bit. Okay? I'm trying to clarify. Good. So screen off, please. So this appears as the due date for you. I will give you an extra. It is not an extra because this Saturday was the last one. Okay? So, for this day, for October the 3rd, you will have the snapshot of the post in the following. Okay? The snapshot of the email and the PowerPoint presentation just about hardware. Is that clear? I will explain to you software and networks. Okay? Is it okay? Good. So, again, you have all the theory to study. You have it here. Here you have a kind of summary about what is more important for you. Okay? So here you have a summary, and today we will cover this one. Okay? Software, and next day we will cover networks. Okay? Good. Okay. So, software. Good. You have an example, a PowerPoint as an example, and you have the information. When we talk about software, software is what we cannot touch in a computer system. It's basically the instructions, the programs. We have three different types of programs. The ones that we call the operating system programs. Eva, have you ever heard about Windows? What do you think Windows do in a computer? Any idea, Gino, to this kind of problem? Because it is not the first time we have covered this. So, what makes the operating system in a computer? Ideas? Okay, when you turn on a computer, the first thing that the computer is going to make is to read the BIOS. I will allow you. So when we turn on the computer, the first thing to do is to read the BIOS memory. In the BIOS we have the basic instructions just to turn on the computer. After reading the BIOS, we go and read the operating system. The operating system is the basic software that allows the computer to run. It's just for making to run the computer. Although we haven't done any task yet. Okay? After installing the operating system, the computer is ready to be used for writing a document, for displaying a video clip, for recording music, whatever we want. So, three types. The BIOS, the operating system, that are the programs that allow the computer to run, and the programs that we use for whatever purpose we want. The third group is the ones that we call the application programs. Is it okay? So no more than that. You have here the information, a summarized information, what is the BIOS. The BIOS, we have to say that there is the BIOS program and the BIOS chip. The BIOS chip is this one, is in the computer, is part of the, let me see what is the battery here. Okay. Here we have the battery of the computer, and the chip that is closer to the battery is the BIOS. So it's a small chip where we have the basic instructions for turning on the computer. Okay? And how can we modify the BIOS? Have you ever seen a screen like this in your computer? There is a way. In fact, I designed a practice about modifying the BIOS in the computer. But I think it's that's why I prefer not to do it.
So, but that practice we do it here. Or
Okay, don't talk. Let's don't talk about that practice. I have to wait. Okay, but okay. So there is the BIOS program and the BIOS chip. The BIOS chip is we have said before that it has embedded the initial data. So what happens if we turn off the computer? That we lose the data. So In order to avoid to lose the initial data, that's why we have a battery powering the BIOS. ¿Okay? ¿Habíais oído hablar de la vía? Perdona, de la pila del ordenador. ¿No sabéis que tenemos la pila? Okay, so the purpose of the battery in a computer is just for powering the BIOS, because we have the initial data even when the computer is off. Good. So BIOS here, operating system, we said before, these are the main three. The operating system for Apple computers, and for the rest of the world, we may even use for Windows or Linux is free. Windows you have to pay, and Linux is free. You are fourth graders. At the beginning, I think when you were first graders, in the same computer room, we had Linux running. Okay. Good. So we have covered. Software, and just let's cover a little bit of networks. Okay. Let me check. I have a better way. So what I'm expecting from you is to do a presentation similar to the one that I'm showing you here. Okay? So just as a reference. Networks. Okay. So, what is a network? When we have two or more than two computers connected, we have a network. Okay? As simple as this. And what is the easiest way for connecting them? Using these network cables for connecting them. So the easiest network that we can imagine, for example, the room. In this computer room, we have 23 computers connected using cables, and all these cables come together here to this big device that is the switch. Okay? I'm making noise on purpose. And turn off your computers, please. This is what I call a switch. At home, you already have. For example, do you think at home do you have a switch at home? Or question number one: do you have a network at home? What do you think? Yes. Why? Because you have more than one device connected. What are the devices that you have connected at home?
The router, and a computer.
Only one? Only one computer?
We have done another installation because we only had like one computer and the router, and now because it works really badly, and in my house there's also more people living, my rents too. So we have like now like a lot of
Okay. What may happen, I haven't visited you, but as I understand, okay, I don't have the picture. What you have at home is what we call a small network or a local area network. This one is an example of local area network. We have more than one computer that are joined using a switch. Okay, what I have here is a switch. Do you have a switch at home? What do you think? Yes, because in the routers that we have at home, let me show you something. If I type switch, router. Okay, for example, this one. Okay. In this one, that is a typical router that we have at home, for the same price, you really have two different devices. You have the router and the switch. Do you see here the holes where you can insert more than one RJ45 cable? This is the cable RJ45. Okay? This is the typical cable that we use for connecting for network connections. So it has to be inserted in a hole like this. Okay? So in one place we have the computer, and in the other place we have the switch. Okay? At home we have a smaller switch that is this big, and we have for connecting, in this case, 3 or 4 different devices. Okay? So it is an example. It is an example of network. Good. Network. What are the network cards? The network cards look like this. They are inserted in the expansion lots of the motherboard, and this is the place that we use for, remember, this what we talk about the expansion slots, and in these slots is where we insert the sound the sound card, the graphic cards, and in this case, the network card. Good. What is the purpose of a network? We may have 3 different purposes, whether exchanging data, exchanging information, or sharing hardware. What do I mean by sharing hardware? For example, if I have a printer, I don't need to have the printer installed in each one of the computers. I have the printer, I connect them in the same network of the different computers, and I can use the printer in any different computer. And we have talked about this when... Hold on, do you remember second grade when we covered the internet? Do you remember if we have 2 different types of computers? Talking about the internet. Right? 2 different types of computers. The ones that provide information and the ones that request information. Do you remember the name? That's the word server come to mind. And what is the other one? Server is the computer, the computer that provides information. And what is the name of the client computer? Okay, client. Servidor y cliente. So we have 2 different types of computers, server and clients. And okay, this is what I mentioned before, the router and the switch that is integrated. Yeah. So, on the last 3 slides related with the types of networks that we may have. The first one, what I call the LAN, local area network, the smaller one. Okay? When computers are really close to each other, local area network. For example, this school is an example of local area network. But what happens? We have another school that belongs to us in the outline. Okay? They are not so close to us. So we may use the telephone line for connecting this local area network and the other local area network. The 2 local area networks together form what is called a MAN network, or metropolitan area network. Okay? But we are connected to the world. So when we connect more than one MHN network will have what is called a wide area network. That is the internet. Okay, so enough for today, for listening. I allow you time for completing your hardware presentation. In case I want you to have separate presentations. Let me close this. So I want you to have one presentation for hardware. This is the place where for delivering group number 1. Another for software and another for network. For this week, what is compulsory is to finish the hardware presentation. Okay? You have time for completing your presentations. How long I have already unenrolled?